Getty. Liverpool legend John Aldridge is expecting a tough end to the transfer window for Jurgen Klopp. The Toffees have made an array of impressive signings to compensate for the sale of Romelu Lukaku. Liverpool, meanwhile, have largely been left frustrated in pursuits of their top targets. Virgil van Dijk and Naby Keita have eluded them at least so far, and Philippe Coutinho has pushed to quit for Barcelona. Jurgen Klopp will now have more appeal in the market, having qualified for the Champions League, and progression to the group stages will also help increase his budget. But Aldridge feels it could be too late for Liverpool to make a real impact with potential signings. The five most likely players to join Liverpool before the transfer window closes, according to the bookies. Getty. Naby Keita, RB Leipzig 51 BetStars, and bids for new players may well fail ahead of Thursday's 11 p.m. deadline. You look across Stanley Park at Everton, and they have worked the transfer window perfectly this summer, signing some decent players with the £75 million they got from selling Romelu Lukaku, Aldridge wrote in his column for the Irish Independent. New signings add a bit of excitement for the fans, and they also freshen up a dressing room, bringing a bit of competition for places and focusing a few minds. So far, you would have to say that Everton are an example of a club that have had a good transfer window, with Wayne Rooney and Gylfi Sigurdsson good additions and the signing of a top striker all they now need to complete their jigsaw. Then you look at Liverpool, and it is hard to get away from the fact they have had a bad window so far. I can see a scenario where a succession of bids for players fail. John Aldridge. The players they have brought in should represent good business, with Mohamed Salah a decent addition from Roma, Dominic Solanke a good prospect, and Andy Robertson looked good on his debut against Crystal Palace on Saturday. Yet the group of players Klopp has at his disposal now that he has added 6 big Champions League matches to his schedule is not enough. We can all see that, yet we don't want to see Liverpool signing second-rate players in the next few days. Good quality players need to come in, and they will be hard to find because let's be realistic here, who is going to sell their best players in the final week of the transfer window? Liverpool supporters might not like the answer to that question, because I can see a scenario where a succession of bids for players fail and Klopp ends up going into the season with the squad he has now. The manager said last week that he didn't need any more signings, and I suspect he said that just in case the club failed to get any of his targets, and that has to be a real possibility. Related articles.